You are listening to This is Oklahoma, hosted by Mike Hearn, telling stories of Oklahomans and those that have made it their home.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to an episode of This is Oklahoma. Mike Hearn here, host, back with another episode. Excited to share this episode with you today, but before we do, huge shout out to our sponsors. The Oklahoma Hall of Fame has been sharing Oklahoma's story through its people since 1927. For more information on the Oklahoma Hall of Fame, go to www.oklahomahof.com. And for daily updates, go to oklahomahof on Instagram and give them a follow. Our other sponsor today is the Chickasaw Nation. Now, the Chickasaw Nation have sponsored pretty much everything in Oklahoma. They're a huge supporter of Oklahoma. And it's an honor to have their name and their brand supporting this podcast. So a huge shout out to Governor Anatoby for supporting this podcast. It really means a lot. This episode is brought to you by the Doghouse OKC. Recently, I have been in need of some doggy daycare for my two pups, and the Doghouse have come in clutch. The team over there are incredible. They've taken care of my two golden doodles, and so it's been an honor to partner with them on the podcast and share the love. Adding to that is the Doghouse, and so if you're in need of doggy daycare in the day or boarding overnight, they do grooming and other cool things too, but I've had a fantastic experience, and it's an honor and a privilege to share this with you too. So go to thedogHouseOKC.com and follow them on Instagram at thedogHouseOKC, and hopefully our pups will run into each other. What's up, guys? Welcome back to an episode of This is Oklahoma. Mike Hearn here, host, back with another episode. We're down at Bedford's camera, and we're going to talk to the wonderful Alex Dugan today because you are going to do a zoo photo shoot, what do you call it? It's a class, right?
I don't know. I've just been calling it an event. But
Event,
that might
a
be
class.
kind of like,
What do you call it?
That might be like kind of like, my end. I don't know. Like, this is my event.
No.
So
A camp.
a camp.
That's what I was thinking of. That's the word I was thinking of. It's a camp.
Zoo camp for grown-ups, or kids if they have an adult with them.
Yeah.
Can come.
Uh-huh.
That's totally cool. So the first day we're gonna just go. We're just going to talk about, some tips, and then we're going to actually go and put them into practice. And then everyone will leave with photos, and then the next day we're going to either shoot more or I'm going to edit.
Okay.
I could edit their photos. It's kind of what everyone wants to do. I thought it would be really cool to just leave it open.
Yeah.
And say, hey, do you want to shoot more? Do you want to edit? And just kind of let them vote. Mm-hmm. I'm happy to do whatever. There's, I can always just do a live editing video if someone wanted that, if they wanted to get more shooting time in. Mm-hmm. But what's really cool is after that, so Saturday evening, we're doing a keynote at the zoo that is free for everyone.
Okay.
So that's another thing. We haven't started promoting it just out of not wanting to cause confusion with the event or the camp.
The camp. It is.
Because the camp it does cost to go to it, but the keynote is open, and I'm just going to share images over the past year. I'm going to try to keep it within the last year of just stuff I see at the Oklahoma City Zoo. It'll be really fun. This is more entertainment than like a photography learning event or keynote, but it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So
you get to go to the zoo for free.
Well, that too, right? And it's in September, so it's not going to be astronomically hot.
It's not going to be as hot. Now I will get out in the heat though. I don't really care.
Well, you go early in the morning.
I do. I go early. I'll go in the afternoon sometimes because there's certain things that are lit better in the afternoons.
Yeah.
There,
So many ways to capture these awesome animals.
Yeah.
And, the zoo's massive. People I don't think realize how big the zoo is.
No, they don't.
So much room.
It is so fun. I started walking there a few years ago, and whenever I don't take my camera, I do get more steps in than when I do take my camera. But it's massive.
Okay, so sponsored by Bedford's and Nikon.
And Nikon, yeah.
Okay.
Which is super fun. So they're going to be there. Nikon will be there with just different lenses you can test and try. Or if you have any questions, I'll be able to answer questions, and I'll be there. And so we'll have a Nikon rep. And then I have a volunteer from the zoo that's going to help us out. Her name's Andrea. And she's actually been shooting there for 19 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And seeing all these animals, some of them have been born and passed maybe before she's seen them, and all the cool things. How long have you shot Nikon, and why do you decide to shoot with them?
So Robert Trawick sold me my first camera. and it was a Nikon. It was a Nikon D200. And so I think that it just being the first one that was kind of placed into my hands. I did have a Nikon Coolpix. I don't know if you know those like point and shoots like the Ashton Kutcher used to promote, the slit open, you know.
Yeah.
I used to have one of those, and I would like load my pictures in my photo bucket. But after that, I got a Nikon D200 when I went to school at UCO. I didn't really like know what I was supposed to be doing at all.
Right.
And my mom was like, "You're a PR major," and so this is just the type of person that I am. I took electives first.
Yeah.
And I took photography, and we needed a DSLR, and so I went to Baker Photo at the time because I was living in Yukon, and so it's in Yukon, and this was in 2010, and I got a photo from I bought a camera from Robert Trawick, a Nikon D200, and so that's always been, you know, it's kind of like whatever you start with, you keep shooting. And I don't buy gear a ton, you know, like I'm one of those people, like I buy it when it breaks type of thing. Like I will shoot a camera for 12 years. I don't care.
Yeah.
My Z9's starting to kind of get a little, that one started freaking
Time
out
for
a
a
little
new
bit.
one.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to replace the Z9 yet. I'm not ready. But yeah, so that's how I got my first camera, was through Robert Trawick.
You mentioned going to school for journalism, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, so I went to UCO, and it's photographic arts, but it was under mass communication,
Okay.
so it wasn't in the art program. I did take one class in art department, and it was an elective, and I effectively dropped that one. I could not take the criticism.
Yeah.
Hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
I'm
good at
not
that.
strong at that.
Yeah.
I'm not strong enough for that.
So the passion for photography started around that time, or before that, for you to go to university for something specifically related to it?
I think that, you know, I was never like good at anything before I took a photography class. And that's okay. Like everyone's like, oh, when I say that, it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like I have
Hadn't
no
found
rhythm.
something you wanted to do yet.
Or that I
Dive
felt,
into it.
yeah, like I can kind of like doodle. I wouldn't say I'm like an artist. But, you know, no, I'm not athletic. I have no rhythm. Don't ask me to play an instrument, like, you know, and so.
The cliche things that most people, someone has rhythm or someone wants to play an instrument.
Like I can't even
growing up,
whistle,
or,
you know?
Yeah,
I'm just one of those.
play sport, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You had none of that.
I had none of that.
Do you like to read?
I do.
Okay.
And now I like to listen to audiobooks.
Yeah.
But
yes. Saves time.
just because of like screen time. But so I always had like a disposable camera though growing up, or like even in high school I always had, like I was always the one with the point and shoot camera. And I had like a little photo bucket I would just drop everything to. And then in school, whenever I took photography as an elective, thinking I was going to do public relations, it was something that I was like good at.
Yeah.
And I got some feedback on my very last assignment, which was to document something. And I documented something that wasn't really comfortable for me at the time. You know, it was my second year of college, and I stopped eating meat about 2.5, 3 years prior to that.
Okay.
I had some weird meat at a restaurant on Meridian. Now I'm like, I don't want to
Yeah.
say anything.
It's probably not still there.
Because
even if it is,
it's
it doesn't
fine.
matter.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It was chicken though, and I still don't do chicken. But and so I photographed this guy that butchers all of his own meat, and it was the third time I had photographed that same assignment. Not that guy, but I'd redone the assignment, which was to tell a story, to do a photo essay.
Okay.
And I hated all my other assignments. Like I thought they were boring. I thought they were lame. And so I shot it this third time, and my professor really liked it. And I got a note on my final, like a handwritten note. I have it framed in my office. But it says, you know, I hope you continue to keep telling stories this strong. And I had never had anyone give me any type of feedback like that in my life. You know, I had never, like, no one has ever said, like, oh, you did a really good job, you know. Like, that was the first time effectively I'd been told I'd done a good job, you know, and at something. And so I was like, okay, well, I guess this is what I'm going to do.
Okay, so that was that moment. You're like, this is an option for me. I'm finally found something I feel like I'm good at.
Yeah. And other people
I
think
got
I'm good
validation
too.
from it.
Yeah.
So from that moment, then you decide to, I'm gonna tell stories, photojournalism, and have a photography business, and really invest in this as a career. How did you taking that start? What was take me to that moment? Like, where do you go from there? Who's your first client? Do you go work for a company? You go out on your own? Like, what? Yeah, I mean, the adventure of being an entrepreneur is great, but
it
also
is.
never easy either. And you work all the time, or you don't work at all, and it's
And it's still like that.
Yeah.
Either you work all the time or you don't work at all. It still feels like that sometimes. So I started second shooting weddings really early on, like in college, like before I probably should have, to be honest, but I was only second shooting. And because it was hard to make money doing journalistic things, and weddings were a way for me to do that. And I remember, like, one of the first weddings I second shot, I sent the images to another professor. So I had two that really shaped and helped me. They were our two core professors and just amazing, Jesse Miller and then Mark Zimmerman. And I sent some, because Jesse did more weddings. Mark Zimmerman is who left me my note.
Nice.
But I sent these photos I'd taken to Jesse at the first wedding I'd second shot, and he said, these kind of remind me of Kill Bill. And I thought, well, that's fucking cool.
That's cool.
That's cool, like
Tarantino.
I'm
yes.
like, oh, this is cool feedback, And so I kind of had done like some black and white. I feel like a blush to them, I shouldn't like fool them up, but and so that was like the first one. And I remember the first wedding that I did by myself was in like 2012, I think, or 11.
Yeah.
So a year. I shot weddings as a second for maybe a year and a half. And then I just started going for it. And then I was shooting weddings for like 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I was shooting families. I would shoot commercial, like really whatever. I could shoot it. And, I guess I've never like been like a reptile photographer, but like I do people's pets and cats and stuff. And I really kind of like shooting everything. I don't want to be boxed in. I don't know that I would enjoy something like cars. That's a little too reflective for me. It's a little much.
We'll leave that to Lou. Lou's great at that.
Lou is excellent at
leave
that.
Leave him to that stuff. He's great at it.
He's amazing at that. He's a good guy.
So 10-ish years of shooting weddings, basically, and then but you're doing things on the side and sharing stories, and obviously wedding, you're telling like someone's most favorite day of their life, right? Pretty much, other than their kid being born, and so you get to document all these different people, and all these different faces, and also figure out like who's related to who and how all these things are happening in real time. Outside of weddings, you mentioned shooting families and commercial. Was there any projects that stood out that you haven't done that much, that just, hey, this was a one-off and I just loved doing it? And do you still do that, random ones every now and then?
So there was one I did for a spec where I got to like climb up on a thing, and I had to like be clipped in, and that was kind of fun because I had to drive out to middle nowhere. It was a trailer, so it was tricky to light because I wanted to get the sunset behind it. It's for this kind of mechanic, I'm trying to make them still cool. Right. So I sometimes wish I had the opportunity to do some more stuff like that. Like I would love to like shoot cowboys one day, like out doing stuff. I know that's kind of silly, but that looks very cinematic to me, Yeah. But jobs, I don't know. I just kind of like shooting. I like shooting food a lot, but I feel like I'm not the best food photographer in the world, and that's okay.
It's very hard to do.
That you can be a photographer and not be good at every aspect of it, but I don't know. Looking back, I really just feel lucky to work with all the people I've worked with. Like I've gotten to do stuff for different restaurants, different estheticians. I've worked with Annex a lot. The barbershop, I work with them almost weekly doing video and photos, but for a while I was shooting for Happy Plate, which was really cool because I was doing, the tacos, Sunnyside Diner, which is so good. Yeah. And then 59th Burger Joint. So there's, I like shooting, I really do like shooting diner food too. The more I think about it, like just straight up breakfast food is so fun. I've shot for like Jimmy's Egg, which was really fun, and Grill in the Hill, which is so good.
Okay. Haven't had it.
Now I'm like, am I hungry?
Yeah, right. It's like just gone lunchtime.
It's just lunch.
Like,
okay, so maybe we should
dive
let me
into
circle
food.
back. Sorry.
Yeah. Tell me about like your, you enjoy the kind of telling a story side about it. What's your process as far as telling that story, and how do you feel like you come across your unique way that you do the thing that you do? How do you feel like you really capture that story? And like, we can nerd out here, like go into detail, because I'm fascinated of how creators really tell that story in their process, because I think everyone's process is a little different.
Yeah.
So
I think that like over the years when I used to get like wedding clients like 7-8 years ago, I would want to know more about them in like a preempt kind of survey. And now I don't. I really like to ask people on the spot about them.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I am genuinely curious about people. Like, it's not fake. Like,
Yeah.
I genuinely, like, want to know about people. And I care about them. Like, I want anyone I photograph to feel, like, safe. And I want them to see, like, what I see.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that comes through.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that you have to, like, give about
I agree.
people.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not, people know when it's not real.
Yeah.
And if you can earn their trust a little bit, they'll tell you their story. They'll share with you.
Yeah.
It becomes easy because they're comfortable. They're in safe hands.
Yeah.
But it has to be sincere. Like, we've all been in these, like, weird situations where we know people are talking to us because they want something, or, like, and it's the same thing. Like, I want this great picture.
Yeah.
You know, I'm speaking to you in this way so that I will get this image. And that's weird.
Yeah.
There has to be, like, sincerity to it. Like, it must be real.
Mm-hmm.
And I want it to be real for myself.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
No, it does, because you want to enjoy your workday too, right? Like,
Yeah.
have real good connection, and also, build a relationship with your
Yeah.
client, and because eventually, when they get settled, the best photo is going to come out when they're most comfortable, and that serves both of you. Right?
100%.
Like, and there's nothing worse than seeing a photo of yourself, and you're like, I don't like it. But then having the confidence to be like, no, let's do this again, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it, so let's do it again. Which is hard to do if you're getting your photo done taken for the first time, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, and like you just said, like, I want people to tell me if they're unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many times, like, I've had this happen. I'm not a perfect photographer.
Yeah.
In my career, things have gone wrong. Like, I've had people come back and say that they weren't happy, and I'm like, man, I wish you would have said something. But I always circle back to, like, a little bit of self, feedback, I guess, or whatever. I'm like, what can I do to make it to where they always feel like they can say, hey, I don't love the way this is lit, or this pose doesn't feel me, or that expression doesn't feel like myself. Like, what can I do to get to that point? Because ultimately, like, I can ask them as much as I want, and even if they don't tell me, I still don't really think it's their fault if I haven't set the stage for that to happen, I guess.
Yeah. Have you
know
had
what
many?
I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's silly.
Have
but
you had many of those kind of, like, I don't know if vulnerable moments is the right way to put it, but just those moments, because when you're photographing somebody, it's super personal, right? Regardless if it's for work, for a wedding, family shoot, commercial, like, whatever it is, it's still personal. So there is, you're capturing someone, and they're in a vulnerable moment, because technically, like, not technically, but they're there, and you're the one, they're looking at you, and hoping that you will get to capture them in their true self. But that gives you such a unique opportunity to, like you said, really get to know that person and be sincere and connect with that person, and have those hour conversations that I document. But when you're a photographer, you don't document the conversations you're taking when you're taking those photos.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've heard so many really cool things and had many, caring moments and personal moments with your clients, regardless of what,
it's crazy.
way you're taking those photos.
Well, and I think too, like, I waited tables for a very long time, just throughout college, and I loved it, and I learned early on doing that you just can't quite judge people, like, especially when they're hungry. I had something happen really early on where a guy was kind of being not very nice, and I found out why later, and I was like, okay, well, I might, be a little unhappy myself. And so kind of like learning that with people when they walk in, and the first thing that they always say is like, I hate, most people get that, I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get this over with. Hate having my picture taken. Is this done? And I'm like, this isn't the dentist.
Who
like,
took your photos
fine.
last?
Like,
right?
what happened?
Yeah, right.
This is going to be okay.
Yeah.
I do think that photographers are the second least liked next to dentist. It is my...
Yeah.
But this is just my...
Yeah.
Just my research only. So it's not very well.
Right.
But I just try to put people at ease. Like, I talk to them, like, I don't have my camera in my hand for about 15 minutes after they're there. And we're talking, because as soon as you have that, it's like...
Yeah.
People go into, like, social quicksand. And for me, it's really hard, like, once I lose someone, to get them back up.
Oh, yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like, when you're kind of playing that game of, like, okay, am I going to get them comfy? Or you're like, I almost got them. And then once you start to lose, like, you have to, like, get it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does, because, like, once you lose it, it's like,
it's
they're
gone.
right?
Or you have to work 10 times harder to get it back.
Yeah.
And it's the same with you and how you're,
Conversation
with guests, and your storytelling is, like, you have to keep it up. And I think I learned that, like, at weddings, because no matter what, when you show up, you have to, like, keep this attitude and energy, like, because I've stepped into rooms where the energy is terrible and turn things around.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be, and that's, like, something as a storyteller, you have to be able to turn things around in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you only have this shot. So you're like, okay, I gotta... It sounds like manipulative, but it's not.
It's soft way of it, yeah, I guess, but they don't know, and it's for the best.
It's for their own good.
Yeah.
It's for your own good.
How are you taking photos, getting photographed? Like, how are you on the opposite side?
We should ask Charlie.
Charlie,
near
oh, New and Schwander. Yeah. Charlie's
Please
great.
don't put my fumbled up the last name in there.
Everyone fumbles Charlie's last name.
Charlie is great. So he
Yes.
took my headshots in May.
Okay.
And I hadn't been photographed in a long time.
Okay.
Before that, I had one favorite photo of me that my friend Nigel took. And it was like when I was learning photography, I think I had my D200. We were out doing, like, when you first start learning, you go out with your friends and you shoot for fun.
Yeah.
And we were shooting, like, car lights downtown, like trails of car lights. But I was in, like, my leather jacket, and I had my camera on a tripod, and I just was, like, looking at. But it's like my that was,
we
like,
all have, like, one or two favorite photos, right?
And I want people, when I started doing portraits, I was like, man, I want people to, like, love their pictures like I love this picture of me. Because when you have, like, a photo of yourself that you love,
you'll hold on to it for a long time.
And it's the best.
Yeah, it is.
You're like,
that's my headshot. That's my
me.
shot.
That's me.
That's me. Yeah.
And that's how I felt, after Charlie did some of my pictures. I was like, that's it.
He's awesome.
He is very good.
Yeah. Okay.
Charlie is the best.
Charlie is the best.
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I did go through a little bit of weight loss last year, and so if you would have asked me 2 years ago, the answer would have been a lot different.
Yeah. That's the tough part too, right? When you meet people who aren't, like, they're conscious about either their weight because they've had a tough time, they've had a baby, they've gone through something mental, whatever it is, and because of that, the reaction to that was eating and gaining weight, right? Which is common in a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I've been through it.
Me too.
And you see yourself at an angle and you're like, oh, right? You get that feeling.
You're like, is that even me?
Yeah, and it's like shameful in a way, right? Sometimes.
I think it's because you don't feel like yourself.
Yeah, and so when you get photos taken, when you're back in shape, mentally, physically, feeling good, it's a different experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
mentally specifically.
Yeah.
Like being in a better place.
Yeah.
It changes.
It's, especially if it's like a personal shoot, right? Or if it's just for you. I've had some shoots. I don't do a lot, but Jared Kinley every now and then will be like, hey, I have an idea. I'm like, okay. And so we've done a couple together, and, I'm like, oh, those look really cool. And then there's other times he's like, hey, let's shoot you. I'm like, I'm not in physical shape to be shot right now.
Oh, he's excellent. If he ever calls, I would do it.
Yeah. He's kind of crafted his little niche, and he's crushing it.
It's cool.
He
I love it.
He loves the old school cameras. He loves kind of, the film stuff, and he did a photo of me. You know when you see old school like boxing where like the microphone comes down from the sky and the guy's in the middle of the ring and he's got the microphone? So we did that. And he's like, don't move because this camera's like 60 years old. I have one film for it today and you can't blink or move for the next like 30, 40 seconds. I was like, great.
Is that your favorite?
No, that's not one of my favorite, but the photo came out really good. But
when was the last time you got I know you did pictures with your dogs recently.
Yeah, the one that Charlie, that was like the most recent like photo ones, but like Jared was the recent one. We did a James Bond photo shoot. Being in the other seat is comfortable for you now.
It's better
now, but then it ties into personal journey of losing weight and going through some personal discovery and then getting to when you were going through that. Is that what leads you to the zoo?
Kind of.
Okay.
You know, so in 2020, late 2022, early 2023, 2020, like everyone else, I was having a hard time, but I had some other stuff other than like the pandemic, and I had some stuff personally that was going on with my family, and so I was just having a really hard time and self-isolating, and so I started 2023. I had a friend that asked me, her name's Sarah, like, hey, do you want to come walk with me at the zoo? And I went, and then I joke about it, but I'm like, I didn't leave, never left. And so I first started just walking there for like mental, like for the mental and physical benefits, and then I kind of start bringing my camera here and there, and then, you know, I got this opportunity with Bedford to do the event, and so, or the camp, zoo camp, and so that's kind of how it happened. But I used to just go, and before I was even bringing my camera, I would just walk and walk and walk, because it was kind of a place for me to not be anything at all, if that makes any sense. Like I could go in there with just my phone and a water bottle, and you know, really my phone was only to take video and photo of the animals doing funny stuff, or you know, things I thought were cute or interesting. And it kind of slowly became to where it's like, I should just actually be photographing this. But there was a lot of like stuff in my head about, you know, it's not wildlife. You know, there's a lot of people that judge like zoos and zoo photography, and which I get it. But
the purists, I'm fine.
But a lot of that is not like they just don't have the information about zoos in general to understand that, you know, like zoos, like AZA zoos, like the Oklahoma City Zoo, directly help conservation. Not even just with their money, not even just that, but all the science that they do at the zoo there, all of that gets shared with other scientists and directly impacts, you know, other species in the wild, or like, you know, they have like an endangerment program. It's called SSP. So it's the Species Survival Plan. So think about it as like a Tinder for like cheetahs and rhinos or something. But they make sure that we have genetically healthy offspring. So, you know, if you go to a place where they've got, you know, a lot of white tigers, they're probably having a white tiger so rare, those are all inbred, so that it's not genetically healthy. So in the event that some of these endangered species, I'm not talking about white tigers, but endangered species in general, so say something happens and we don't have them anymore, AZA zoos make sure that we have a backup, healthy, diverse, genetically diverse is what I meant. So not only that, but like all that research that they do directly impacts animals in the wild. And I pulled up something, it was like a few weeks ago. I was just kind of like looking on the internet. I don't know if you rabbit hole ever, but I was just like, let's just see how much, you know, AZA zoos actually do in funding. And I couldn't find 2024, but I found 2023, and it was $350 million in field research. So that's not pamphlets, that's not flyers, that's actual field conservation efforts.
It's amazing.
And, you know, they have a big platform, so pictures like these, that may show someone, you know, maybe they've never seen a jaguar.
Well, that's
and they
the thing
see a
too,
picture,
like,
and they're
you can't just
then
go
they
see
go
one.
and then they go see one at the zoo, and now that they're inspired and they want to get involved in conservations, you know, it's awesome. And, you know, not everyone can go to safaris to see these animals. Like I financially can't.
It's not cheap.
Right now.
Yeah.
Maybe one day, and
Yeah.
that would be amazing, you know. But for now, this is what I can do.
Yeah.
And our zoo's so special, you know.
So that was a couple of years ago, a few years ago.
Sorry about my tangent.
No. And then it slowly, you slowly get more involved, and people see you with the camera, and then you're like, I am the girl with the camera walking around the zoo that's not employed here, but
Yeah, and so the zoo actually does have a zoo crew, a photo crew, and I shall say it right now. They have all their photos in the zooseum. It's by the elephants.
Okay.
So by Baby Xerxes, our baby elephant we've got, there is a zooseum that's got all their photography.
That's awesome.
So they have all these wonderful zoo volunteers and stuff, and I'm kind of a rogue volunteer.
Yeah.
I'm one without a schedule.
Okay.
You
Because
know.
everyone else in their crew has
they have schedules,
schedule.
yeah. And
Okay.
so I feel like if I committed to something like that, it would make it more of a job and not as fun for me, you know. And I only live 7 minutes, so I like to just kind of
Go
up there. But I do think the program is really cool. But yeah, I just walk up there. Sometimes I don't have my camera.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, I went last week and it was just me. I just wanted to get some miles in.
Yeah.
And see, like, people, you know, I call my friends, but see, you know, some of the
Animals.
animals.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm like, I should have had my camera. There's always something.
Always when you don't have your camera, you see something cool.
And then whenever you have, you know, a 7200 on a heavy camera,
Yeah.
there's nothing going on, and you're
Of course, you're like lugging this thing around, carrying weight, which is fine because it helps the workout, but still.
It is, but I got my daily carry is around 11 pounds
Okay.
with a water bottle, a full water bottle, which I think for carrying
Pretty heavy,
gear,
yeah.
that's really not that.
I mean, for carrying a bunch of miles, it is.
It's not that
But,
bad though for photo gear.
Yeah, that's the daily.
That's like
Okay.
my light carry.
Okay.
And so I have like a small backpack, a water bottle, 2 different kinds of SPF.
Yeah. Why 2 different kinds of SPF?
One for my face
Yeah.
and my neck,
Okay.
and then one for my body.
Okay.
And then what else do I have in there? Oh, I have a DJI pocket. What else do I have?
Snacks.
I do have I have a little bit of snacks. My zoo cup, I do keep that because, like we were talking about, I like sodas.
Yeah.
And they are only $1.99 with your zoo cup there. What else do I keep in there? Oh, I keep newspaper, black and white newspaper. That's what I clean glass with.
Oh, okay.
Or if my hands get sweaty, if I'm carrying the bottom of a heavy lens, I can wrap newspaper.
Okay.
I keep it light though.
Tips and tricks here.
Yeah. I keep it really light because a lot of people come to the zoo and they have like, you know, I'm like they're moving in.
Oh, really? Like
Tons
with all their
of
gear and stuff?
Well, it's not necessarily gear. It's just like it could be like babies and they have snacks, like a wagon, and there's like 10 snacks. There's all this stuff, and I'm like, I try to be like as small.
Yeah.
Is that, you know?
Yeah.
For once, you want to be small in the animal kingdom, so you can kind of zip around.
Yeah.
And so I pack really light. I usually only take 1 lens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I'm packing
Yeah.
crazy light.
Is that just forcing you to be creative?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for, you know, when you only bring 1, you always wish. And
Yeah,
it's like,
the other one.
oh, I wish I had. Sometimes I'll bring like my 70-200 and then like my 50 macro that's really tiny because I can just throw the macro in my bag easy. If I want to like go inside, like if it's hot, I can just put the macro against glass and take pictures of like.
Did it come through pretty good through the glass?
Yeah.
Okay, once you cleaned it.
The one, and it depends. Like, there's a guy that I really want to get good photos of, but the inside of his glass is always kind of. It's not that it's dirty.
He rubs his nose over here.
He's doing something. It's the little mini alligator or crocodile.
Okay.
It's in the pachyderm building, but it's like this tiny. He's like this big.
Yeah.
He's so cute. And his teeth are like crazy, and I keep wanting one of those.
Yeah.
But.
It's
We'll get
endless.
there.
It is endless. That's the good thing, right? It's
It
like
is.
There's always going to be something, and these animals, you know, sometimes they're changing, sometimes they're not. Coming out, coming in. You get newborns.
I have different obsessions every month.
Because there's different.
There's different ones I like, you know, like, and they're all funny, and like I really like this Deeker. It's like a little deer, and his name is Ron. I'm trying to get him to like me back because he's very shy. So I just go and I sit, and he comes out and hi Ron, and he goes back in. I'm like, okay, it's a little longer than the other time, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't get my camera out in front of Ron yet.
Okay.
because I don't want them to get freaked out.
What is this kind of this kind of journey that you've been on, going to the zoo for fitness and for mental time, just get away, and then you take your camera, and now you've opened up this like whole new side of your passion for photography and being outside and being around animals. Where has it led you to? What are the opportunities that have come up? And obviously this camp is one of the examples, but back to your creative and storytelling side, obviously you're telling the story of animals and not people, and these things can't speak to you in the way that we speak anyway. What are the things that have popped up over the years and the opportunities that you've had?
I don't know. Like, I feel like this is probably my first big one from just like walking there often. This might not be necessarily like a big opportunity, but walking there so much, I've got friends there, and so I do get all the zoo gossip, which is very cute generally. So I am hopeful that this kind of turns into something else I can explore with other zoos.
Yeah.
So.
Have you been to Tulsa yet?
I have been. So I went to the Tulsa Zoo 2 years ago, but it was very rainy that day. Yeah. Now, but I will go to the zoo on a rainy day because I'm insane. I'm a psycho. I did recently go to the Fort Worth Zoo.
Oh, how is that?
Excellent.
Is it really?
Excellent.
Never been down
there.
And
it's a little smaller.
Okay.
It is one of the, almost all the habitats you can view from multiple angles. Yeah. They all have waterfalls in them.
Great for photography.
It's very shaded like our zoo. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the Tulsa Zoo is really beautiful too. It was just kind of a gross day when I went.
Yeah. Off day.
I think they did just redo their tiger.
Okay.
Maybe we should go one day.
Yeah, check it
out. I
out.
need friends don't have regular jobs.
Did you ever go to the tiger place down at Tiger King?
Yes, I did.
How was that experience?
So I went in 2000. Let's see.
Who was there when you were there?
I want to get this right.
Okay. Was the guy and the girl there when you were there?
One of the guys was there.
Not like the bald kind of guy and his red-headed girlfriend that were on the TV show?
Let's see here. Yep. So.
Okay, they were there when I was there.
Let's see. How do you go to
Tiger King was not there when I was there.
Yeah. I don't think he was present that day.
Yeah.
But I remember one of my favorite things about that, here's the pictures, was whenever we went in the gift shop, because I thought it was so funny. He had all these mouse pads of him like this. And there was girls in bikinis. And I wanted one so bad just because.
Just because.
I think that stuff is kind of
funny. It's hilarious.
Thank you. It is funny.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know.
You did the tiger experience?
We did the tiger.
Wow.
Yeah, so we went in 2013, and I
Didn't
thought that
take
was
your
really
camera.
cool. I didn't take a camera that day.
Yeah.
I think that you had to pay maybe to bring a camera.
Probably.
Also, cameras were not as small in 2013.
Yeah. So Fort Worth Zoo was really good.
Fort Worth Zoo was excellent. I went for my birthday in March. We went to a Rangers game, and then the next day
Got
went
the
to
hat.
Yeah, I did get this hat, so I get a different hat when we go.
Okay.
And then I wear the crap out of it until I have to get a new one.
Same.
Do you wear your?
Oh yeah, like if you ever go back and watch the video of the podcast or my social media content, you'll see there was a favorite hat, phases of favorite hats. This is the new favorite.
Yeah.
So, finishing up, we're at Bedford's. Bedford's biggest event is coming
PhotoCon.
up. It's PhotoCon.
It is on Halloween weekend.
Okay.
And it's October 30th through November 1st, and it is at the Embassy Suites Hotel on Northwest Expressway.
Brilliant. And it has a separate website, photoconokc.com, for people watching and listening.
photoconokc.com, and then we've got Dixie Dixon from Nikon coming. She's really fun. And then our other keynote is Julie Gaylor, who's a really good friend of mine. She's amazing with lighting, just incredible. So
it's awesome. I've spoken at it, I've attended it, and it's not just great for speakers, but also if you want to come and buy stuff.
It's
great
fun.
Deals. You get to meet all the reps. All my road gear came from PhotoCon.
Yeah, and so if you trade stuff in, they give you a better rate for your trade-in. Like, they give you more than they normally would.
Yeah.
It's been something like 5% in the past. I don't know what it will be. And they pay your tax at PhotoCon. So whenever I switched from like going from like my D5 to go to mirrorless, I swapped my entire kit at PhotoCon.
Wow.
And then they paid on my tax, like all my lenses, and they gave me more than my kit was worth.
Hundreds of dollars.
So
maybe
I saved,
thousands.
yeah,
that's awesome.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
But PhotoCon this year, like every year, we've got a theme, and this year our theme is carnival.
Oh, okay.
And so, but
do you have your outfit yet?
No, I'm not yet.
Okay.
But I'll probably be something animal related. Yeah. But we do have, so this year, thanks to Matt Miller, he's connected us. So what's really cool is this year, for our carnival theme, we actually have some performers. So Matt Miller, he was on your podcast previously.
Yeah.
Really awesome guy. He's got friends, and it's through Chrome Pole and Aerial.
Okay.
And the website is chromepoleandaerial.com. That matters.
As in like aerial acrobatics?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. So full on into the carnival
So we
theme.
have, so one of our, vignettes on Thursday. So Thursday is like a free photo walk. Thursday is free for everyone. You can come and just take pictures, look around. We'll have like skateboarders set up in the parking lot. Like they bring like
the ramps and all
the
that
ramps
stuff.
and all of that. Yeah, there's like classic cars, there's food trucks. And then inside we have little vignettes set up. So one of our vignettes inside I'm going to make into a mermaid. And we actually have a contortionist to photograph as a mermaid.
Gosh.
We've got jugglers. Let's see, I've got
All
our
the
things. Yeah. We've got, aerialist, jugglers, strong hand balancer. That's cool.
Yeah.
Strong man hand balancer. Stilt walkers. I mean, it's going to be so much
You're
fun.
going to feel tall for the first time.
I am going to feel tall for the first time. And that's all free on Thursday. So Thursday, October 30th.
Okay.
Please come.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be a photographer. You can come and just enjoy, all the things. It's family friendly. And then Friday and Saturday are the paid days for PhotoCon with all the classes.
Tickets on the website.
Tickets are on the website. Yeah. And so, it's PhotoCon it really is.
Awesome.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Even like if none of the classes necessarily, you're like, oh, I don't think I can get anything. Sometimes you just leave feeling excited to photograph things, and that's what you need more than like education. Or you meet a lot of cool people, like the nicest people ever at PhotoCon. I've been to other conferences, and this one is just different. People are so kind. They're so happy to like meet other people and help, and like it's just the best. It's awesome. So much fun. I live close there, and I stay at the hotel all weekend.
Oh, nice.
Because I just don't want to.
All in.
I don't want to miss out. Yeah, it's so fun.
So that's October 30th.
Yep.
Day one. And then, but more recently, then reminding people you are having a photo camp at the zoo in September, which is September 19th and 20th. Right?
September 19th and 20th is the camp, and then the evening of the 20th, I'll do a keynote at the zoo. Okay. That's just for entertainment. It's welcome or open to everybody. Yeah. I would appreciate it, if you guys can come, so I don't, You're
not talking to yourself.
So I'm not talking to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your keynote about?
So I've been working on it. I'm just going to talk about going to the Oklahoma City Zoo. Okay. I'm going to share just really interesting, photos. I'm going to share some iPhone footage.
Yeah.
Just some stuff I've seen behind the scenes. The more you go, the more you see.
Yeah.
And so it's tricky to get up there and put pictures, like this up there. Like I can sit by the Jaguar for, for days. I might not get her in that spot.
Yeah.
So it's tricky to get up there and just be like, yeah, you're going to get these photos if you come one time. But I'd like to kind of share a little more about the animals themselves,
Yeah.
We get to know some of them, like, I've got a favorite mountain lion.
Yeah.
I can talk about Toho all day. I can tell you about him, and so.
Trying to build a relationship with Ron.
Yeah, now I'm trying real hard for Ron. But yeah, I'm hoping it'll be entertaining. I won't take up too much of people's time on the keynote. It'll probably be 30 minutes type of thing. And I'll, probably I might bribe people and give away a Zoom membership to get people to come.
There's a giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sweet. So how do people find you on Instagram? And because you have 2 Instagram pages, right?
Yes, I do.
What are both of those Instagram pages?
So my first one is Alex Dugan Photo.
Okay.
And then the second one is Alex Dugan Photo Wild.
Which is the zoo one.
Which is the zoo one.
Gotcha.
Which is the wild
I'll link
one.
those below. You can go check those out straight away.
And so that's it.
Well, awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on the podcast. Excited for your camp and excited for PhotoCon. It's going to be great.
It's
Carnival
gonna be so
theme.
fun.
Everyone's dressing up.
Everyone's dressing up. And there is a costume competition.
There is a costume competition.
Or contest.
Eric just told us about it.
Yeah.
Go to the website, PhotoCon OKC, for all the details. Where can people sign up for yours, though? At Bedford's website?
Yep. They can go to Bedford's website and click events, and then you'll see my picture on there, and that's the one. Or there's a link on my Instagram.
I'll put that link in the description.
That's
below,
easier.
So you can go to that if you're listening. So awesome. Well, Alex, thanks so much for coming on the podcast. Really appreciate it. Love what you do. Love that you found your passion at the zoo. And if people go to the zoo and they see you walking around, come say hi.
Yeah, please come say hi.
Share your photos, and they can share theirs. And we'll.
I might be like a little sweaty,
that's
but
fine.
please
You've
say
been working
hi.
out
You
and
know,
shooting.
please say hi to me. I love,
Yeah.
I'll talk to anyone. So
Awesome. Well,
Thank
you
you.
can come back on the podcast anytime. People listening, we'll catch you next episode. Cheers.
Hope you guys enjoyed that great episode. Thank you so much for listening. As always, huge shout out to our sponsors, the Oklahoma Hall of Fame, sharing Oklahoma story through its people since 1927. For more information on the Oklahoma Hall of Fame, go to www.oklahomahof.com and follow them on Instagram for daily updates at OklahomaHOF. Our other sponsor, the Chickasaw Nation, amazing sponsor. They do amazing things for the state, and they're always sponsoring something in Oklahoma. They're a huge supporter of Oklahoma, and without their support, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. This episode is brought to you by the Doghouse OKC. Recently, I have been in need of some doggy daycare for my 2 pups, and the Doghouse have come in clutch. The team over there are incredible. They've taken care of my 2 golden doodles, and so it's been an honor to partner with them on the podcast and share the love. And adding to that is the Doghouse. And so if you're in need of doggy daycare in the day or boarding overnight, they do grooming and other cool things too, but I've had a fantastic experience, and it's an honor and a privilege to share this with you too. So go to thedogHouseOKC.com and follow them on Instagram at thedogHouseOKC, and hopefully our pups will run into each other.
Thank you for listening. We are inspired by those around us and hope that you are too. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast on your favorite podcast platform and leave us a review so we can keep telling your stories. For more great Oklahoma content, follow This Is Oklahoma on Facebook and Instagram.